What is going on, everyone? The Houston Texans are 2 days away from training camp, and here is 3 camp battles that you guys need to keep your eyes on. But before we get into that, welcome everyone to the 713 Houston Sportcast. I am your host, Ruben Calvillo. I will be at every single open training camp practice that the Houston Texans hold, so make sure you guys are following me on my TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm going to drop the links on my socials. If you see me there, say hi. Let's talk some football. Let's get a beer after. We are H-Town 2 with John over here. And I can't tell you how excited I am for training camps to start. It's a huge breath of fresh air. We are turning over a new page, and the rebuild is underway, ladies and gentlemen. The past 2 years have led up to this. Only 7 wins, being laughed at by everyone, being at the bottom of every single statistic category. The Houston Texans are going to turn the page, mark my words. And I am excited to see new head coach DeMeco Ryans. This exciting rookie class, which consists of C.J. Stroud, Will Anderson Jr., Tank Dell, Juice Scruggs, and then you got the second-year players who we are expecting to take a huge step forward. Jalen Petrie, Derek Stingley, Christian Harris, Damian Pierce. If you want to throw Nico Collins in there, you can as well. But I am excited, man, and times are going to get better for the Houston Texans. Now, the first training camp battle that we need to keep our eyes on is the quarterback competition, because according to head coach DeMeco Ryans, second overall pick in this year's draft, C.J. Stroud, and third-year quarterback Davis Mills will be competing for the Week 1 starting job. Now, this is a training camp battle that I see C.J. Stroud winning right even before it starts, man. C.J. Stroud should go in and just showcase why he was the number 2 overall pick in this year's draft. You already hear his teammates talking about how well he's doing, not only on the field, but as a young leader of this football team. Him going and asking his defensive players, what could he do to get better? Going to defensive coordinator Matt Burke and asking him the coverages that he was throwing at him. Then you see what he's already doing, in the community, trying to build something that was ripped away, in my opinion. C.J. Stroud is going to win this training camp battle, I think, in the first couple of days. Now, when you switch it to Davis Mills, what do you expect from Mills Millie? Will you expect him to make the second overall pick sweat? Push him to his absolute limits. C.J. Stroud is used to competition. Didn't even start in high school until his junior year. Wasn't invited to the Elite 11. Was one of the last players invited and ended up winning the MVP and that season. And even at Ohio State, had a fight for his position. They brought in Q and Ewers when he was at practice and didn't even tell him until that very day. C.J. Stroud is used to adversity, and he is going to overcome this. The second training camp battle that we need to watch is who is going to be the cornerback number 2 for the Houston Texans. Is it going to be Steven Nelson, who has been complaining about wanting a new contract, who has thrown shots at the Houston Texans on Twitter, threw some shots at our general manager Nick Caserio for wearing a vest every single day of the week? Is it going to be Shaq Griffin, who the Houston Texans just signed on a 1-year deal from the Jacksonville Jaguars, was a Pro Bowler with the Seattle Seahawks? Hey, they also brought in Ronald Darby. Are the Houston Texans going to sign him and add another body into the mix? Who is going to be the number 2 cornerback for the Houston Texans? If you ask my friend Cody Johnson, he's going to say Shaq Griffin. And a much more favorable defensive scheme, which had him in the Pro Bowl, I think Shaq Griffin, who was still only 27 years old, very young, is going to be a surprise gem for this Houston Texans team. The third training camp battle that we should keep an eye on is who's going to be the number 1 wide receiver for the Houston Texans. I am going to keep on beating this drum. When I look at the other quarterbacks in the AFC South Division, Trevor Lawrence has Christian Kirk, Calvin Ridley, Evan Ingram, Travis Etienne. He's going to have an absolute fantastic season. Anthony Richardson, even though he's fighting and splitting reps with Gardner Minshew, he has Michael Pittman Jr., Jonathan Taylor. Whoever the quarterback is going to be for the Tennessee Titans, whether it's Malik Willis, Ryan Tannehill, Will Levis, they're going to be throwing to DeAndre Hopkins and handing it off to Derrick Henry. Now, when I look at what my rookie quarterback has, he has Damian Pierce, and we are all expecting Damian Pierce to take over in year 2 and be one of the reasons why this offense is successful. But when you look at who CJ is thrown to, we are expecting Dalton Schultz to be the leading receiver for this team. What is Nico Collins going to do in year 3? He has to prove himself and needs to let us know whether he is going to be a number 1 or number 2 wide receiver for this team. You can't be 3 or 4. Robert Woods tears his ACL 2 years ago, a full 17 games last year. New year with the Houston Texans. This is our veteran in the wide receiver room. What is he going to bring? Is Noah Brown, who the Houston Texans signed on a 2-year deal from the Dallas Cowboys, is he going to do anything crazy? This wide receiver group definitely scares me, right? I don't want to put a lot of pressure on the young guys. John Mechie, coming back from cancer. I am not expecting you to be the 1, 2, or 3, or 4 wide receiver for this team. I'm just happy you're playing football again. Tank Dell, I am excited to see you ball out here, but in year 1, that's going to be that's going to be crazy to see. I think the Houston Texans need to go out there and fix their wide receiver room. Add another body, whether it's via trade, bring someone off the street. They brought in Jalen Hurd a couple of days ago. But the Houston Texans definitely need to do something. You guys let me know how you feel about the 3 training camp battles that I mentioned. Go Houston Texans. You guys have a very blessed day.